Hi everybody, today we are talking about something I am really passionate about. I have worked with a lot of people, entrepreneurs around the country who, for lack of a better metaphor really, are holding on to that mast on their ship, and as the business is going down, they're going down with it. And today we want to talk about how to save you from that fate. It is a horrible thing to watch, and really I found by experience that there are three things that kind of signify that the ship is going down, and it will help you to jump off your ship before it's too late. So number one is really that being in an industry that has low barriers to entry. So what does that mean? So every business has barriers to entry, every industry at least, but some industries are much harder to get into than others. So let's say you wanted to go into a dog grooming business. Well, to get into that, all you need to do is have a fond love of dogs and some understanding of how to cut hair, and you can probably get into that business without much difficulty. But if you wanted to start a technology company, well, now you've got to learn how to code, or you've got to get a coder to do it for you. Lots of thought process going into that. There are far fewer competitors in the technology space than there are in the dog grooming space, because building a technology website or business is much, much harder. So if you're in an industry with high barriers to entry, even though that's really frustrating for you to get into, once you're in, once you've kind of scaled that wall, be grateful for those barriers to entry, because they keep all of the newbies out. They keep all of that competition out. So number one, if you're in an industry with low barriers to entry, you might want to reconsider. Number two is if you don't have any kind of flotation device at all. So as the accounting team, we're always worried for our people that we consult with who have no money in savings. You guys have to get a savings account and take this seriously. If your business is always operating kind of on that edge, on that cliff, that's a big problem. We need to make sure that you have 3 to 6 months of cash in place. So here's what I suggest. Pick a percentage, I don't really care what the percentage is, you can make it small at first, of total sales, and dedicate to putting that money into a savings account every month, without fail, no matter what. Now, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. It's supposed to be that way. Saving money is never fun. It's never easy. We all want instant gratification and to buy now. But save that money. Now, once you get comfortable at putting that money away, and that comfort will come, I want you to increase that percentage a little bit and keep it uncomfortable. That's teaching you and your business how to live without cash and still operate efficiently. Now, don't do this forever. I don't want you to always put cash away, because cash is a tool and it should be used as such. So once you get to about 3 to 6 months of operating cash in the savings account, stop saving money and put more cash into investment and product development and growth and marketing and those kinds of things. But we need to make sure that you at least have that cushion, that life preserver. If you don't have that, that's another sign that your business is going to go down when the storms come. All right, and number three, when you start to wander off of your course, every business has a value proposition. This is the problem that you solve for your industry. What is it that you do well, in fact, better than anybody else does? That's what brings the customers in the door. Now, if you wander off that value proposition and you start doing other things unrelated, you become unfocused as a business owner and as a company, and that is a sheer sign that you are going to go down with the ship. So, for example, let's say Apple, they're in the business of creating beautiful gadgets that help us communicate, that help us create beautiful things, and that help us to just visualize the world. Now, if they got into building car tires, right, and they got into that industry, they could do it, they've got the money to do it, but honestly, I'm not going to buy an Apple car tire. I want to buy their phones. And so that's an example of using cash and focus inappropriately, so that they become less valuable to their niche or the people that care about them. So if you're doing any of those three things, again, if you're in a business with low barriers to entry, you're not giving yourself a life preserver, or you are wandering off of that value proposition, you better make some changes really quickly, because we want to keep you from going down with the ship. I hope this helps, guys, and we'll see you next week.